everyone, Witchboy Clements here. I decided to pick up my camera and make a video. I'm just doing something, so I don't know if I had talked about it before, but this has been a while back. When I was making candles and doing my candle making video, I used to have the extra wax that was left over from when I would pour it in the mold, and candles that, like, I don't know if you can see, but I usually have one that sits right here that got really short, and like it was tall on the sides, but it's a pillar candle, and so it would, like, it burned down. So I took the wick out and I took the excess wax and I was storing it in here, which I still have some. This is an old candle that got really low, and I just started pouring all the excess wax inside here. So sorry, I'm holding you really close. I was keeping it all in here, and then yesterday, while I was cooking food, I was like, well, why am I at the stove? Why don't I just see if I can melt this without it breaking? So you have to be very careful, but I just put it in some hot water on the stove, and the tricky part was because it was full, completely to the brim. Like, there's a lid on here now, but it basically is the top of that label. I was really careful. The trick was getting this, because I had to fill it, like, the water all the way up to the top of, or right underneath that label, and to get it hot enough that I could get the wax out. And then the trick was trying to lift it up, so I had to use like tongs, and I had to pick it up, and I actually got wax on a towel trying to pick it up, because once I got it high enough, it was so heavy that it would slip out from the tongs. So I had to, like, get it just up out of the water so I could put the towel in the water, but keep the dry part on the top so I could lift it out and then trade it to another towel. So that was a little bit tricky, but I did manage to do it. So all that excess wax and energy, thank goodness that when I pour candles, that I was always in a really positive mood, and I had really good intentions in my thought process. So I wasn't worried about mixing the energies, you know what I mean? They were all very positive. And the scents were kind of a little hodgepodge, so I figured, well, let's see. So what I did, if you can see, is I poured a new candle. I poured it all in here. Now I do have like this much wax in my wax pot, but I'm just gonna leave it in there, because this way, if I want to melt it again, I can just heat up the waxing pot, or the melting pot. So I thought I would just make a video and take the candle out so you can see what it looks like. It's kind of a hodgepodge candle. So now I need my, and I did, like, this is an extra scent bottle, and I, like, washed the label off. I didn't do a very good job of it, you can see, but, so I kept that. So I always keep all these little vials and bottles, because I figure I'll either give them back to somebody that uses them, or I can recycle them, you know what I mean? So I need my little handy dandy thing. I'm going to turn you guys around for a second. Okay, so my light's on my camera, so hopefully. So anyway, this is my screwdriver, and this is the wick holder, or the wick brace, so I'm going to take that off. So that goes over, put that over there. So this is actually the bottom of the candle, and it has separated from the sides, so I'm just making sure. So that's the bottom. I got to take this out, so the trick is, if I can do this one-handed, I'm going to have to do this in stages because I can't do it one-handed. So that's a little excess wax where it leaked around the wax seal, which is like this gummy stuff, but I have to pull that off, so give me 1 second. Okay, so I got the wax sealer off, and then the mold sealer, I should say, and then I unscrewed the screw, and then I got the rest of the way. I can pull it out with my thing. And then that should be the wick. It's got some mold sealer on it, which is like a gooey stuff. But see, that because it leaked, I'm going to have to throw this mold sealer away. But don't lose your mold screw. So, pull this out. And then, ta-da! And I have to be really careful, because the screw tends to rip my wick. But, so it's kind of a brown, but it's got some lavender in there. So I'm going to have, if I burn this candle, I'm going to have to be very careful, because some of it was from my lavender candle, where I did my camera, my candle video, and I said not to put the lavender in there because it can catch fire, or it'll burn. So it becomes like little wicks, and then so the whole thing gets kind of out of control. So if you burn it, I have to burn it someplace really, really safe, like in my cauldron or on a big plate away from other stuff that it could catch fire to. So that's the top and there's the bottom right there. It could be either way. I could burn it like this too. I could just cut that flush, and that could be my base. But either way, I mean, it's gonna burn weird anyway. That's the bottom. That's where it sinks in a little bit. So I just wanted to share. That's my candle. So that is my Hodgepodge candle. You can see like the lavender there in this light. There's the lavender and there's the bottom tip. So it actually smells kind of hodgepodgey, but I did have extra, like that vial I showed you. This vial that I washed was called Fruit Slices, so it was like a fruity scent. And so I put that, because it was about halfway full, I poured the rest of that into here. And then one of the candles had a little mint in it. So there's a little mint and a little vanilla, all mild. So it'll be interesting when I burn it. But it's my Hodgepodge candle, and I think that the brown kind of signifies, you know what I mean? It's kind of earthy. Use it as an earth candle. Anyway, I wanted to share. I wanted to thank everyone for watching. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Blessed be.